All right, welcome to the beautiful Pacific Northwest, land of plaid and coffee and Pacwest Bigfoot. This is David. This is me. Trying to walk off some of this fat. There you go. You know, real quick, I just want to, before I dive in and tell you everything, I do want to say this real quick. Sorry to say there's no encounter story this week. Sorry about that. I ran into a little bit of scheduling problems, timing. I had a lot of work to do, and not to mention a move to make. Oh, don't cringe yet. Okay, so here's the deal. You know, for over 3 years now, I've been taking, and this is basically how I get the inspiration for these campfire-like stories, these based on true campfire-like stories that I write. And I want to be real blunt and straightforward with you, because when I make this move and where I'm going to with these stories is a place where, you know, a lot of great research is done and everything else, but at the same time, we love to be entertained. We love to read the stories. We can, you know, when we immerse ourselves into the stories and the culture and the community of Bigfoot or Sasquatch or Wendigo or whatever you decide to call this thing. Basically, in a nutshell, here and there I get emails. People will send me a few paragraphs or basically a whole encounter story to itself, from which I take and turn into a campfire-like story for you. Why? Because I love short story writing. It's fun. I love it. I read fiction and non-fiction Bigfoot stuff all day long, and guess what? So do most of us out here, including you. We love it. You know, from Shadow in the Woods from J.P. Choquette to Hominid. You know, all the way to The Native Truth. That was a great little series. That was awesome. You know, and some of it is fiction. Some of these are non-fiction. And what I like to try to do is basically take the fiction, add a little non-fiction into it, add a little backstory to it, and just have some fun. And so that's what I've been doing here for basically over 3 years at Pacwest Bigfoot. And as it goes, I'm a very busy person. Short story writing, as I said, is a hobby. It's a passion of mine that I really enjoy, but my work is in basically WordPress web design and marketing. And I have decided that I am still going to continue on with 1 or 2 encounter stories every single month. However, I am moving the Pacwest Bigfoot encounter stories to Monster X Radio with my good friends Shane, Thomas, Julie, and of course my really good buddy Gunner. Yes, Gunner Monson. And I'm telling you what, here is how this is going to work. You will still be able to find the written short stories on pacwestbigfoot.com. You'll still see all the archive shows, everything, all of the stories that are on the Pacwest Bigfoot YouTube channel will stay. They will just sit here. So anytime you would like to get those old stories, and of course on Monster X Radio, there will be a link to the archives, which we will call this the archive channel of the encounter stories. But from now on, the actual stories themselves on YouTube will be held at the Monster X Radio channel. I will also have them written out in full format on the Monster Radio X blog. You will have a tab there called Pacwest Bigfoot Encounter Stories with David. I will be there. You'll have them all there. They'll all be listed as they are published. Also, each one of those will include the video itself. So you can just jump right on the website from your smartphone, tablet, PC, and you can play it right there as well. Not kidding. It'll all be right there. And as I said, I'm going to try to, the best that I can, get 1 or 2 of these encounter stories out to you through Monster X Radio every single month. So there you are. So I told you it wasn't so bad, was it? Yeah, you know, I have to tell you, I love this subject, and I have to say, for the most part, I love this community. I love you, and I think this is just, Pacwest Bigfoot is so much fun that I'm not killing it. I'm not getting rid of it. The written stories will be on pacwestbigfoot.com, and actually those are going to be turned into little ebooks that you can download on Amazon at any time, and I'm going to keep it as cheap as I possibly can there, whatever minimal amount they allow me to. And I'll tell you this, the videos and everything else are going to be held on Monster X Radio going forward, and you will get a post on the Pacwest Bigfoot channel, on the YouTube channel, every week that there is an encounter story. I will post up a little image of it, post up the title, and I will give you a link there. So even if you're on YouTube, you can click that link if you see the post in there, and it'll take you right to the video on the Monster X Radio channel. And we're going to have a playlist over there for Pacwest Bigfoot, just like they have a playlist for the other subjects. And I also wanted to share a little bit more about the Monster X Radio. As a matter of fact, because they are such good friends of mine, and I've been in the web design and marketing arena for so long, I decided to kind of partner up and help with them, just for fun, because I love the subject. So you can ask Gunnar, I work for coffee. I'm not kidding. Just, you know, handling the website, adding in the content optimization, things like that. But I have to tell you, it is so much fun just, you know, just being over there. I love this group of people. They are awesome. They're just some sweet folks. And what you're going to find over at Monster X Radio is actually kind of cool. You know, we sat around trying to think of how we could sit there and really bring some real great content to this particular community, to this subject. And so we've got Thomas over there with Sasquatch Island. And this is all about, I mean, basically he is sharing a lot of information about basically some native history and his own thoughts and ideas and the facts that he finds, and everything about Sasquatch here in the Pacific Northwest, and sometimes from around the country on globe. Then we've got, that's right, Julie. Julie has on Shoulders of Giants podcast that she does. She shares it out here. It's a part of the Monster X Radio platform. And then we have, that's right, Gunnar Monson, Mr. Sasquatch Coffee himself, and everything else in between. I have to tell you, his Monster X Radio show, the podcast, the video cast where they're doing interviews, sometimes Shane will jump in there with them, or Tom, and I'm even planning on maybe doing a couple here and there as time allows. But that's really fun to get in there and just interview eyewitnesses and researchers in the field. And then what is most important is, you know, we see a lot of this research stuff on YouTube and things like that where people are, you know, like, I'm out hunting Bigfoot, arr, arr, arr. You know what? We've got some professional researchers out here like Shane. And Shane is going to be doing some live updates on his research. So you'll be able to find that also in video format. So he's going to be giving us some updates. Whoa, almost slipped on ice there. I still got balance down after all these years. Must have been all the skateboarding growing up. So Shane's going to have some really awesome live updates for us with Monster X Radio, and that is just going to be phenomenal. I'm actually looking forward to a lot of that because this is like updates from the field. This is talking about all kinds of different you know, the evidence that's collected when it's collected. This is going to be talking about, you know, theory and the philosophy and everything else behind this whole search for Bigfoot, Sasquatch. And so I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be awesome. But I just wanted to let you know here on this channel that I'm not disappearing. I'm not going to call myself, you know, Monster X Radio or anything else. I'm still David, Pacwest Bigfoot Encounter Stories. That's who I am. It's just I'm going to go over here and hang out with my friends And I would really love it if you came over and hung out with us too, to get all of the cool, awesome, up-to-date, you know, Bigfoot, Bigfoot news, information, you know, everything. And, you know, not to mention, going solo with this for so long was kind of lonely. So now I know how a type A male Bigfoot feels in the forest sometimes. A little bit alone. And it's kind of nice to now be over there hanging out with folks like you, friends like you, and friends like those guys over at Monster X Radio. And I really look forward to the entertainment side of this. And I'm just letting you know, that's what the Pacwest Bigfoot part of Monster X Radio will be. Pure entertainment. Just awesome encounter stories that are family friendly, that you can listen to while you're camping out in the deep dark woods, or fall asleep to, listening to my hacking, clearing of throat, and my sipping of coffee as we get into the next Pacwest Bigfoot encounter story. So with that, from the beautiful Pacific Northwest, know this: I love you. I always have you guys in my prayers. And also, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just moving to a new house. MonsterXRadio.com. And I'll see you there. Okay? With that, from the beautiful Pacific Northwest, Land of Plaid and Coffee and Pacwest Bigfoot, God bless.